नमस्कार दोस्तों, you are again welcome in the third part of in the discussion of history of genetics. So last time I discussed who cracked the genetic code. The team Nirenberg, Leder and Hergoin Khurana, who cracked the genetic code and anticode relationship. Hole, Khurana and Nirenberg, the team got the Nobel Prize in 1968 for deficitating the genetic code. Herset, Dalbrook and Luria, they shared the Nobel Prize for their contribution to understand the replication and recombination in virus bacteriophage in 1969. These three scientists discovered restriction endonuclease enzyme, which is the key enzyme for the genetic engineering. It is difficult to develop the genetic engineering without the enzyme. So what is the role of restriction endonuclease enzyme? You can see in the image. Restriction endonuclease enzyme which cut the DNA at specific sequence at specific site. This restriction endonuclease enzyme are normally produced by viruses to cut the DNA of host bacteria. And similarly, the bacteria produces this enzyme to cut the foreign DNA as a mechanism of resistance. That's why it is known as the restriction enzyme. So the great discovery was made by these scientists, Hamilton Smith, Daniel and Nathans. These three, and Werner Arbor is there. Yes. These three scientists first discovered the enzyme EcoR1. E means Escherichia, Co means coli, R strain and first enzyme. These enzymes is produced by E. coli and this enzyme cut the foreign DNA, the DNA of virus. Okay. So this is the naturally produced enzyme, but it is useful tool for cutting the DNA for recombination, and it is widely used for rDNA technology. Nowadays more than 6 to 700 such restriction enzymes has been identified and used by many researchers. So in the screen you are watching that the restriction enzyme cut the double helix structure into single helix cohesive end. Red portion is cut by the same enzyme which cut the blue DNA. So the end which are produced are sticky end, cohesive end, and they can join together. So in the screen you are watching that the red DNA and blue DNA both are totally different DNA, even though they can fuse together, and this is possible by the help of enzyme restriction endonuclease. So this is the natural enzyme produced by the bacteria to fight against virus infection, and this is nowadays useful tool. Restriction endonuclease enzyme is also known as chemical scissor, એટલે કે chemical કાતર. Why? Because chemical scissor cut the DNA at a specific gene sequence. Temin and Baltimore. These two scientists discovered the enzyme which construct the DNA from RNA. We know the central dogma. According to the central dogma, DNA converts into mRNA and mRNA convert into the protein through the process of transcription and translation respectively. But there are RNA virus. In many virus, RNA is genetic material. So when this virus infect any bacteria, first virus make the DNA from the RNA. So this virus use this enzyme. The name of this enzyme is reverse transcriptase. So reverse transcriptase was found in the Rous sarcoma virus and discovered in 1975 by these two scientists, and they were awarded in 1975, but discovery was made in 1970. The Nobel Prize was shared between them, Baltimore, Dalbecco and Temin. So in the figure you can see the double helix colorful DNA is converted into the plus strand RNA through the process of transcription, and this transcription is carried out by the enzyme RNA polymerase. Okay, and on the right side you can see in the red bracket reverse transcription. Reverse transcription means from RNA to DNA. RNA converts into DNA, and for that the enzyme is there. The enzyme is known as reverse transcriptase. So reverse transcriptase make this thing possible. So discovery was made by Baltimore and Temin. Stanley Norman Cohen and Hobart Boyer, they are known as the father of genetic engineering. There are many references which coined the many scientists as the father of genetics. But these two people really worked in development of genetic engineering first. So Stanley Cohen and Hobart Boyer at Stanford University, they construct the rDNA. rDNA means a small piece of foreign DNA is intentionally inserted into the chromosome or carrier molecule, plasmid, using the endonuclease enzyme. Which endonuclease enzyme? Restriction endonuclease enzyme, which we see in the previous one. So Stanley Norman Cohen and Hobart Boyer received the first US patent for their first rDNA product, recombinant DNA product. What did they do? They inserted the insulin gene of human pancreatic cell, hepatic cell, and that inserted into the E. coli. And E. coli produce that heterologous foreign protein coded by the gene, insulin gene, and that was the recombinant insulin. You can see on the photograph humulin, the first product of rDNA origin. Okay. So this original product was developed by and patented by these two scientists. And due to this invention, the company who got patented earned $300 million by license. The company was Stanford University. Singal and Nicholson. These two scientists developed the fluid mosaic model. We know that fluid mosaic model of cell membrane. S. H. Kim and Robert Hawley are known for the discovery of structure of tRNA, transfer RNA. So the structure of transfer RNA is look like clover leaf. So you can see the photograph of clover leaf. And this tRNA having the three arm, D arm, T arm, anticodon arm and acceptor arm. Okay. Then E. M. Southern, who developed the technique for recovery of DNA from electrophoretic gel. So after the electrophoresis, the DNA fragments are separated, but they are in a gel. So to recover the DNA from gel on the paper, he gave the blotting technique. So this blotting technique is named after the discoverer, Southern blotting technique. So in theory, in 504 paper, we will see in detail what is blotting technique. Pribnow. On the basis of his discovery, the particular sequence in mRNA is known as Pribnow box. So this Pribnow box from where the protein synthesis start and promoter attach. So this Pribnow box is also known as Tata box because the sequence you can read TATAAT or ATATTA. So in short, this Tata box or Pribnow box is a particular sequence which is normally located at the 10 base prior from the starting point of gene coding. So at -10 site there is a Pribnow box or Tata box is there. And another region which make the loop, it is at -35. So you can see in the transcription initiation, the RNA polymerase attach at -10 sequence. You can see the Tata box. This heavy red color, pink, green color, Tata box is there. So at this location, that location is -10 base pair. And the whole machinery initiate by proper mechanism. RNA polymerase, okay, they all attach and then after mRNA synthesis start. So that -10 region is known as the Tata box and discovered by the Pribnow, and that's why it is known as the Pribnow box or Tata box. And another sequence is -35 region. In 1976, yeast genome transferred into E. coli and E. coli produced the protein that is coded by the yeast gene. So this is how the rDNA technology becomes successful in transfer of yeast DNA into the E. coli. Then after the Sanger method, this name is the name of Friedrich Sanger and Charles Colson, who gave the technique for finding the DNA sequence. It is normally known as the DNA sequencing. So Frederick Sanger and Charles Kunz describe a method for determining the sequence of DNA using 4-lane polyacrylamide gel. So you can see there are 4-lane polyacrylamide gel, CTANG. So this scientist developed the method through which we can read the sequence in a DNA, A and T and G and C. That sequence possible. So who gave the method of DNA sequencing? That is a Sanger method. In 1979, Dr. Hargobind Khurana reported completion of total synthesis of biological functional gene under laboratory condition in a test tube. This Indian origin scientist construct the DNA, not only DNA but biologically functional gene in a test tube under laboratory condition. In 1979, Alvin and Camp and George, they developed the northern blotting technique. Southern blotting technique was developed by the E.M. Southern, that is for the blotting and recovery of the DNA from the gel. Similarly, for the recovery of mRNA, these scientists produced the chemically reactive paper. But here the name of method northern blotting technique. It is named in respect to the southern blotting technique. Here there is no scientist with the name of northern, but there is a name of southern. So western blotting is the third method which recover the protein from the gel. So traditionally the name southern, then northern, now this method is western, and this is discovered by the Darwin. And this is how the various blotting technique for the recovery of protein, DNA, protein, DNA, protein RNA, RNA protein has been reported. So you can see these various methods of blotting. The first and pioneer was southern blotting at the bottom. Then for RNA, northern blotting. For protein, western blotting. For post-translation modification, eastern technique. Then fusion of such techniques named as northwestern, southwestern, middle eastern, far eastern. Okay. So this way the blotting technique has been developed in this 1970-80 eras. Then in 1980, the Nobel laureates Paul Berg, Gilbert and Sanger, they got the Nobel Prize for developing the method of mapping the structure of DNA. They construct the method for gene mapping. The Humulin first rDNA technology produced product was approved by Food and Drug Administration of USA, US FDA, to the Eli Lilly company. And the trade name of this rDNA genetically modified protein, insulin, named under the Humulin. In 1983, the Barbara McClintock, the lady scientist who awarded the Nobel Prize for studying of transposable elements or transposon or insertion sequences or jumping gene. So she is a scientist who discovered the jumping gene. As you know, the name jumping means one particular gene move from one location to another location within the same chromosome. So it is known as the jumping gene. And she did all her experiment onto the maize. So that's why in background you are watching the Gia maize. Okay. And she also showed the similar work onto the Drosophila melanogaster. So corn was initially her study. Transposons. Kary Mullis. Kary Mullis is the scientist who gave the method for amplifying DNA. Amplifying DNA means PCR, you may heard, polymerase chain reaction. In polymerase chain reaction, the single copy of DNA is copy. In our word, we are telling Xerox. And what is the speed of this copy? You can produce 1000 to lakhs of same DNA Xerox, same DNA copy within hours. So for that, he used several enzymes. And one of the key enzyme that is TAC polymerase, TAQ, Thermus aquaticus heat stable polymerase. So these are the requirements. You are watching Kary Mullis, who died last year in 2019. So these are the requirements: small DNA, primer, nucleotides, and the thermocycler machine. And you can generate the PCR copy into lakhs within 2 to 3 hours. Alex Jeffrey announced DNA fingerprinting method. We know very well DNA fingerprinting method is used in the crime sites and for the maternity paternity issue. So this DNA fingerprinting is what? Normally the DNA sample of any person is taken, the DNA is purified, and this purified DNA is cut by restriction endonuclease enzyme, and that produce several short piece of DNA that is known as the RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism. And then after this small piece of DNA run on electrophoresis, and after the piece size, the electrophoresis separate the molecules, and they are developed on through radioautography. So this kind of dot line map is produced, and that dot line map you are watching in the photograph, it is the DNA fingerprint, which is normally differ from one organism to another organism in a very small aspect. So this DNA fingerprinting is useful at the crime site or in a forensic laboratory. Alexander Reit discovered the different model of DNA, which is totally different from Watson and Crick model. Watson and Crick model, that is a bDNA, and these scientists find out the zDNA. So in the zDNA, which is different in the structure, so there are three DNA format: aDNA, bDNA, and zDNA. You will learn about this DNA format in a first unit. In the image you are watching, there is a dolly, the first Dorset lamb. Dolly, which is a hybrid animal. So this hybrid animal where the gene from two different parent was taken. You can see the nucleus donor adult fin dorset Eve and egg donor female, that is a Scottish blackface Eves, and the fusion was carried out under laboratory. Simply we know as a IVF, in vitro fertilization. And this in vitro fertilization, after successful fusion, that DNA fused and amplified fertilized egg is implanted into the surrogate mother, and this surrogate mother developed the baby. We named her as a Dolly. So Dolly was the first clone animal. And who is the father? Wilmot. Wilmot and his colleagues in 1997 developed the Dolly sheep at Roslin Institute in the Scotland. In the year 2000, the full and complete genome sequence of Drosophila melanogaster was completed. All the three chromosomes were fully sequenced for this microorganism, all four chromosomes. In 2003, Human Genome Project was launched and completed. It was launched in 1990. Okay. So in the blue line, the progress of Human Genome Project is shown. What is Human Genome Project? So this was the largest research program in that time. All the 23 pair, means 46 chromosome of human was sequenced. It took 13 years to complete. And after the 13 years, such rack of language, you can see the Human Genome Project. And what is the language? ATGC, ATGC, ATGC. This sequence you can read. So these all in the rack, all the 46 chromosome were read by the scientists. That was the Human Genome Project. So with this, I conclude the history of genetics or timeline of the genetics. Many discussions still left, and there is one more history is coming in the paper 504, history of rDNA technology. So all the advanced researches in the field of genetic engineering will be discussed in my that lecture. Thank you for listening me.